right. Well, we're going to try it this way. Let's see. Every week, we go a little bit more experimental. Okay, let's see. Does that seem like it's too loud, the music? Let me go to comments. Comments! All right. I'm going to go through all of these first and say hello. Howard. Florida Don. Howard again. Moto Viking, what's up? And Sherry. Why, thank you. Yes. Hit a like. We charge nothing. This is free as hell. Free as hell. Leah. Andy. Jinzus. And Deborah. Bob. I've got this thing. Listen, the phone is here on duct tape and bubble gum wrappers and stuff, so it could get a little wonky. I put a piece of rubber, like workout elastic rubber behind it to prop the thing up so that you guys don't think he's just making grunting noises for 30 minutes. But we don't really think he's doing cardio. Yeah, I'm doing cardio, man. As we speak. Paula. Joe. Crypto Grandma. Kim. Tim. Jungle, what? So for those of you that don't know Jungle, can you put your Instagram in the chat so that other people can see it? Everybody here, I give you a mission. You better follow Jungle. If you're on the Twitters, if you're willing to risk Twitter, you better be following Jungle. And we got Gwen, what's going on? David, Jose, Two Braids, Diana, Steve, Kim, Joe, Easy Bird Golf, Pew Pew, Baymax, Andy, Carlos, ¿Qué onda? Audrey, P. Kelly. All right, moving down. Let's see. Where do we get to? David. And, oh, it skipped. Brandon, Brian, Dan, BZ, obligatory. Good morning, BZ. Is that how we do it? All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. I think we got what we needed to get. Let's do our commercial, non-commercial break because we don't have commercials. We don't have sponsors. You don't have sponsors, you don't have commercials, but we got a commercial break. So we'll do our commercial, non-commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll do some open Q&As. Jesus, man, how about that Filecoin? You go from, we'll get into it. Greg. What up, Greg? Hank, what's up? Oh, that's interesting. It's never shown me this, but if you guys are tuning in through LinkedIn, really quick, if you're going through LinkedIn, it started aggregating the comments from LinkedIn. That's very strange. That must be a very relatively new update because I never know if anybody in LinkedIn gives a crap about this stuff. But you would think that they would because LinkedIn is where people go. More business. It's like a business. I think of LinkedIn as like the businessy version of Facebook, but without all your relatives reaching out to you, which they stopped doing long ago. I blocked all those idiots. Anyway, Greg, Andy, Dubai, what up? Johnny Midas, Desert Greetings. Are you Palm Desert? Anyway, okay, cool. So let's do this. Oh, Debbie, hello. All right. Real quick, little heads up. Especially for the heavyweight. Well, just for anybody. If you're a private client, I can answer private kind of questions. If you send me an email asking about your portfolio and stuff, I can't answer that. Like I legally can't answer. You guys know how it works. I can't give investment advice, especially through email. Come on, bro. So if you're a private client, yes, by all means, just text me. You have my number. If you're new to the heavyweights, we're doing shows like 5 days a week, man. 6 days. Sunday, I do cardio and we answer questions. And also, go to the Discord. For those of you that are new heavyweights, you got two rules, or not rules, two pieces of advice. One, go back to the beginning of December and start watching every single show from December. You get all the replays are free, like all of them. Well, it's all free. You're a heavyweight. You get everything. So go back and watch all of the shows from December moving forward. And that'll catch you up to everything you need to do. Number two, go into the Discord, Digital Heavyweights Discord, because there's people in there 24 hours a day. And a lot of these startup questions that people have, like, very new basic startup questions, that's a great place to go. Yeah. So let's see. John, I just screamed good morning to you, sir. Crypto Amigos, hello. All right. Hank, we'll start with you. Let's see. Nick, new to your service. And, oh, awesome. Hank, are you part of the heavyweights? If you're part of the heavyweights, same thing. Go to December. Watch all the December shows, the heavyweight shows. Go to the Discord. There's a lot of good people in Discord. And then any questions you still haven't gotten answered, anytime we have a live show, put it in there, because what happens is eMeg will aggregate a lot of the queue questions that if we don't answer them or don't get to them. Because especially if we have people asking the same questions over and over. I would urge you all, give it a Google. Always give it a Google first. Remember the main rule, no links. Don't click on links. Don't even click on links in the Discord. Just because you get people, so it may look like a legitimate person, but it might be a person pretending to be a person. And this is in just Discord in general, not just ours. Do not ever answer DMs. Direct messages in Discord are scams. Always. Always, 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 always. Found treasures. Frank. Sylvia. All right. So, still, StreamYard hasn't figured out a way where on a cell device, or at least on this cell device, I can run other pages, things like that. So, unfortunately, we're still stuck with this, but this will get better. I thought about, against all my Muslim, Judeo-Christian, satanic beliefs, going and buying one of the new iPads so that I could do this, at least these remote shows have a little bit more dexterity, but I'm not sure it gives you any more dexterity. I'd have to go run a fake show at an Apple store with one of the new iPads and see if launching StreamYard, because it's a browser-based service, would allow me to have other windows and things like that open. I'm not sure. It may have to be on a MacBook or something like that. Well, we'll see. Bam. Breakfast and bloodies. Oh, dear God. Let's see. If you're not a buyer of gold, then why buy Bitcoin? Found treasures, that's actually a really good idea. I mean, a good idea to pursue. I don't mean like go buy gold or go buy Bitcoin or don't. I mean, that's a good idea path. I have struggled with that myself quite a bit. I think that we're in the early days of the digital asset space. And I think because of that, there are some good multiples to be made in Bitcoin. I do believe we'll see in the next 3 to 5 years anywhere from a $250,000 to $1 million Bitcoin. You say, man, that's awesome. That'd be a 6x, and 6x from here would get us. And then you go, wait a minute, I just did a 10 or 12x in AI, and AI is just getting started. So yes, I understand what you're saying. As a matter of fact, I am not an owner of gold anymore. I have some silver only because I haven't sold it. It's like in coinage. I'm just can't be bothered. I am not a store of value fan right now. Now, I do think people should endeavor, especially if you have the wherewithal, you should endeavor to have a couple of Bitcoin. One that you'll sell when the price goes up, and one that you'll hold into perpetuity because it's cool. It's like, I've got a Bitcoin. And so, but it is something that I grapple with, and I get that question a lot. I get a lot of, you know what it is? Bitcoin is, it's like the gateway drug to the digital asset space. So, yeah. The two is my thing. So yeah, I mean, I guess I am still grappling with that, so I understand where your thinking is. And if you don't want to store value, like for instance, you may simply be in this class of investor. I'm a value investor, but I know there's a lot of multiples in the early crypto space because the space is not formed yet. I want to absorb those multiples, and then perhaps I would diversify into safer, more liquid store value type assets as I diversify and protect my portfolio. The problem, that's not even a problem. I would say that owning Bitcoin right now is not going to produce the multiples of some of these other assets. So there you go. All right. Barno, what up? Let's see. Okay. Stop buying Bitcoin even though you say hold to. Yeah, I mean, look, all of you, this should be the main point of your journey into investment is, or through investment, is that you have to manage a portfolio the way you see fit. I'll tell you what works for me. I'll tell you what I've done, what's been successful, and I'll tell you what I've done that hasn't been successful. But at night, you're the one who's got your assets somewhere on some balance sheet spread among a variety of exchanges and wallets and all this. It takes a lot more intellectual flexibility and dexterity to manage a crypto portfolio, a digital asset portfolio. Just, it takes a lot. It's not fire and forget, index in, douchebaggery that you see in the traditional markets. And that's why those people will never really win. It is just a reality of numbers. We will absorb two things: a lot more multiples and a lot more volatility. And in volatility, in parentheses, you should say pain, misery, sadness, elation, ecstasy, perversion. Like, so there's a lot in there. But if you stick it out, it's, in my opinion, the best path if you stick it out. And it's not for everyone, too. I actually had a private client that I made a lot of money off of. Like, not off of, with. We both made a lot of money. I'm not going to say. It doesn't even matter. We made a lot. And I urged him out of the market. I said, this is just not your market. It's too, I could tell it was just too emotionally, like, taxing. And he had a family and all this kind of stuff. I was like, it's not for you, brother. And he conceded. Now, I could have just said, let's go. Let's keep going. He would have done great. I would have done great. That doesn't matter. But it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. All right. Howard says, I'm back. We're leaving on a cruise today. Oh, that's fun. We're in the airport right now. I'm trying to watch. Family's flipping out because I'm holding. Don't hold everyone up. Man, turn the dang thing off. You can go watch a replay. Go on your cruise. Enjoy your cruise. There's nothing I'm going to say while pedaling this stupid-ass bike in the next 20 or 30 minutes that you can't get half an hour later. Filecoin, though. We were going to talk real quickly about Filecoin. I just think it's interesting. Distributed data, very interesting. AI is going to need it. Artificial intelligence, as we endeavor towards artificial general intelligence and all the complications that's going to need. That's why I'm so excited about Hypercycle, which is going to it's going to be a Cardano-based asset, which is going to leverage Toda, Hydra, the kind of a liquid-weighted rating system of SingularityNET for the marketplace. That thing's gonna be a beast, man. Dude, look at the God. We need a sidechain / layer 2 specifically for artificial intelligence. I was going through this thought experiment with somebody who I won't say who they are because they are somebody you would know. And they kind of reminded, I was thinking, what would it take to run just one human brain and all the neuronal activity, the billions, 3+ billion neurons that fire on the aggregate every 100 to 200 times a second. So think about your blockchains right now. Bitcoin, when it's really crushing, it's doing 4 transactions a second. 4. Ethereum, kicking butt, taking names at 14 transactions a second. And when everything's perfect and no one's using it, 18, maybe a little more, maybe they scale. You look at even the scummy, spammy, bullcrap lying blockchains that completely lie. A few thousand, Visa, MasterCard, 4,000 or 5,000. So you go 1,000, wait a minute, 1,000 a second. But we need to be, for one mapped human brain, one. You can imagine hospitals throughout the world. I mean, this would be a function of AI, wouldn't it? When you have people that are injured or people that you're studying or just brains in general, it might make sense to map that brain in real time and follow its neuronal activity, right? So 3 billion at 1 to 200 times a second. So think where you're at. You're at 300 to 400 billion transactions a second. Well, the first of all, the traditional system is not going to work. So the interwebs as we know them are incapable of this. Big corporations, they're too far away. So it's going to probably take a very lightweight, very high throughput, microtransaction based, useful proof of work based, non-redundant consensus mechanism. And so whatever that is, which I think it could be Hypercycle. So I'm very excited about that. I don't have any good data for you as far as when and where and all that, but I know it's soon. So it is soon. They're working on it. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. So that's what I'm kind of like salivating over right now. And if you've seen, obviously, just watch the success of SingularityNet, the success of Singularity DAO, the success of NewNet. Rejuve is coming. Just a lot of cool things coming out of there. True AGI, OpenCog, Hyperon, Mindplex, which, by the way, you can already go to I think it's mindplex.ai. It's an AI-based magazine and publishing service. Really cool stuff. Anyway, yeah. Okay, let me get back to boom. All right. Yes, where are you going, Howard? Hoop and Tony. And as far as I know, yes, Nara is still with NewNet. Team NewNet. Woo-woo! With Kabir and the rest of the team. Hypercycle, is that a token? It will be, yes. HYPC, it doesn't exist yet. Hypercycle is being developed. It will be run on Cardano. It's a Cardano-based token. It's a side chain. It is, and again, it's a project that is between Dr. Ben Gorsel and Tufi Saliba and Charles Hoskinson, the team at Cardano. So it's basically Cardano and SingularityNet. They're having a baby. And it's going to be a fast mofo. And there is a mining component to it where you'll be able to mine AI transactions. Basically, you'll be able to provide compute power, leveraging NewNet, to process transactions across the world for AI and make money from it. And one thinks it will be more money than if one was mining the Bitcoin. Just saying. So it is not a token yet, but it will be. HYPC, Hypercycle. By the way, look it up. Just go look up Hypercycle crypto token. It doesn't exist. So don't buy. If you see it, it doesn't exist. So you can't buy it. But what you will go is to the SingularityNet website. I would do a little reading about it. Pretty awesome. All right. But it's not quite a spinoff. It's a side chain. So it's a Cardano side chain between SingularityNET, Cardano. It's going to leverage NewNet. Super dope. Cobriana, what's going on? Diana. Yeah, throw the video a like, bro. Come on, bro. Everybody throw a video a like. We got 71 people watching. We should have 71 likes. Free, man. That's not so hard. I don't serve you guys commercials. You notice you never see commercials because I'm not a dick. I'm not serving you commercials so I can make 4 cents a click or some crap like that. Nah, bro. I bought Bitcoin at $692. I don't need your clicks, but I do need your likes because I need the dopamine. I need the serotonin. All right. Do we need to register our Ajax anywhere? No, not yet. You will at some point. That will be for all of the verticals that launch. They always have programs. Pardon me. Where they give part of their tokens to the Ajax holding community. So to be a part of that, you would register, but they'll tell you well in advance, like a month in advance. And I will tell you well in advance, and I will go to the page, and I will show you how to click the button and do the thing. Yes. That's why I've been buying AGIX. Still dollar cost averaging. Will we get Hypercycle token airdrop as AGX? I don't know. I think so. They definitely want to. I mean, if it is a vertical of SingularityNet, it stands to reason. I can't speak for them. All I can say is, so far, every company that's launched underneath SingularityNet, they've taken 5% of their tokens and given them to the community of AGIX token holders. So I don't see why you wouldn't, but I can't say that you would because I'm not them. I don't work for them. I would like to be an ambassador, though, of anything, crypto or small country, whichever. If you have a small country, you want me to be an ambassador, I'll do it. And yeah, I think that is the A-team. With MTGOX release of Bitcoin, do you think cryptos will drop? Is there a date? Well, the date is into September. And Carlos, I don't think so. I read the other day, and actually we looked at it Friday on the show. The two biggest, the two biggest individual creditors decided to take Bitcoin. They don't want cash. And they took a 90% Bitcoin payout. Meaning they're holding the Bitcoin. If they were going to sell, they would have already sold. Seems like. So I don't think there's going to be the big crash. Now, the higher the price goes into September, the more likely that Bitcoin would sell off. Because people would be in a much bigger profit. There'd be much more. Well, think about it incentive-wise. Let's say you're only getting 1/5 of your Bitcoin back. But Bitcoin is a 30x of where you were in MTGOX days in 2014 when the hack happened. Hack. It's not a hack. But anyway, when the tokens went missing. So then you go, well, okay, I can make 6 times my money. But if it was at a 60x, now you're at 12 times your money. So you are A, more likely to sell, but B, likely to sell less because it equals more currency per unit sold. So go back to your small e economics. It might make sense, right? And I think that the individuals that have held on to Bitcoin for the last 8 years waiting to get their Bitcoin back so they can buy a freaking new Chevy truck or whatever, if you wanted to waste your money on a Chevy, they should be able to sell some. However, it doesn't look like there's going to be tons of selling. I thought there was going to be tons of leveraging, which is more dangerous, like people borrowing against their Bitcoin and stuff like that. Who knows if they have or haven't. We'll have to see that play out. I don't think it's going to be as bad, and I'll tell you why. Even if all of the Bitcoin that got unlocked sold, 140,000 Bitcoin, 180,000 plus Bitcoin sold in November after FTX S the bed. Sam got found out for exactly who he is. So if that didn't take Bitcoin down to 4,000, short of global apocalypse, I don't know what would. So I'm not so worried about it. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to definitely be a part of AI transaction mining. Like, definitely. 100%. Bam, bam, bam. What up, Brady? Okay, Brandon, do you know if KuCoin has any tax info on their site? Yes, they have W-2 information. Yes. Yep, and yep. Matt, what's going on? Andy, are you the ambassador of our crypto world? Well, God, I hope not. You need better ambassadors. I want to be an ambassador. I don't think you want me to be an ambassador. I would be a terrible ambassador. I would cuss people out and some more stuff. I know how many times I told Money Morning was going to send me to isn't it the Bahamas or something? It was actually like a really cool trip to go interview all these dirt bags. But I looked at the list of people. It was Nova Gratz, dirtbag. Some people from Real Vision, all dirtbag liars, scumbags. It was Sam was on the list, Bankman Fried, and some of his other people. I'm like, I would get in a fight with all these people. I'm not going to sit across a microphone from these douchebags. And they're like, oh, you're probably the wrong person to do interviews. I'm like, yeah, I'm the wrong person to do those interviews. If you're a creep, I'm going to call you out, bro. It is what it is. That's the cool thing. You know what crypto sets you free? Because if you're good at math and game theory, you don't need a boss. Your money is your employee. Make your money, listen, make your currency units your employee. If you get nothing else out of today, you need to endeavor to make your currency units your employees. And then you won't have to be employed. You'll be an entrepreneur. Because money. Nerds do rule. So true. Let's see. Ajax tokens being staked automatically singular. There you go. You're good. You're good. Texans Stay. I don't know. I have to get back with the pool and talk to those guys, get them to come on. Maybe I can get them to come on and talk about how, I don't know if they're going to integrate with NewNet or something like that, but I think maybe they would be. You think they would be because Alex did it. So anyway, we'll see. I'll check up on that. Maybe they're buying AI with their BTC funds. Who knows? Emmanuel, what's up? Still here is getting in trouble. We're going to the Bahamas. Ooh, that's fun. Bahamas time. All right. We got... Yeah, I cursed a little bit. I wasn't terrible. Plus, people needed a wake-up call. I got emails of people complaining that they got into the digital heavyweights and then 2 weeks later they discounted it. They're like, so let's do this math. I got into digital heavyweights in January, by the way, where everybody was making so much stupid money in Singularity, in NewNet. They're still way up. Like, everybody was making tons of cash. If you were paying any attention in December or January, you can't have lost any currency units, even on paper. And that person was like, I've lost. They discounted. There's a discount for this. Can you help me get the discount? I'm like, no, because if your budget's that tight, I don't want you spending money on digital heavyweights. I want you spending money on like paying off debt, being smart. You shouldn't have any predatory debt service. Please don't think that the crypto space is your way out of debt. It is your way into debt, because if you're investing to get out of debt, you're already showing signs of compulsive and degenerate gambling. It is a sickness. Do not do it. Do not do it. All right. Yeah. Okay. And we've got need money to make email. Needs money to make money. Even if you get 100 extra money, but only put in $100, you still. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want people going into debt to invest. Do not go into debt to invest. Remember, investing, it's not a business. You have to be very careful that you keep these buckets separate in your mind. It's not like building a business. Now, could I make as much money in brick and mortar as I can in the crypto space? No. But also that's a huge risk that I'm taking. I'm willing to eat the year or the 14 months of downward, sad, whiny, crybaby markets. Oh, it's never going up. Is it ever going to go up? Are we ever going to? All of those of you who endured from the heavyweights you joined in, when did we start? Like late summer? This is like July, August, somewhere around there. Anyway, whenever we started, we had 5, 6 straight months of down, 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 wham, wham, wham. But you know what was great about it? And I know that many of you would probably agree. We just got to study. We got to study and dollar cost average for months. Do you know how valuable that is? Do you know how there's people that manage tons of money? They don't ever study, ever. Nothing. They don't study anything. They do not understand real economics. They believe in Ponzi-nomics. They believe in the Fed. They think the Fed prints money. Like, what? They think that quantitative easing is actually easing cash and capital conditions in the market and is actually quantitative. What? They don't understand how repo works. Not really. So they don't understand the yield curve. They don't understand what an inverted yield curve is telling people and why it's always right. Always. Always. Like if you have a leading indicator that is always right, always. But then you're these kind of like, what is Jeff Snyder calls them, the empty suits at the Fed. This is the vacant, ephemeral shapes of people. Empty effing suits, man. Do you think that they study anything other than Phillips curve and their very simple-minded set of black and white 1960s era econometric models? They don't know what the F a Twitter is, or a FaceTube, or a UTalk. They don't, man. They know nothing. The world has become far too complicated. They don't have any time. They're too busy having luncheons, giving people insider information, lining their pockets, setting up more luncheons, more speaking gigs. You know how much speaking gigs pay? Man, let me just tell you. Those people get paid, those empty suit dummies get paid anywhere from $15,000 to $150,000 to go to an effing breakfast and speak for 20 minutes. You think they give a shit about any of us? They're rich. Think about this. If you're rich and the economy goes sideways, do you care? No, because you're still rich. Oh, my 50 million is only worth 40 million. Still rich. Still super rich. They don't live in the same world we live in. And all their math is flawed. And it doesn't matter. Because what they do is they look down on everybody. Not just, they look down on their own peers. They look down on everybody. Simpletons. You don't get it. It's not that QE doesn't work. It's just that we haven't done enough of it. Because you're not ready. You're not ready for us to shower you with greatness. A bukkake of econometric greatness. Get the smoke out of here. All right. Anyway, there's my rant. There's my Fed rant. They're not, you know what it is? They're not corrupt. They are arrogant to the point of stupidity. I don't think they're corrupt. I don't think Jerome Powell is corrupt. I don't think Janet Yellen is corrupt. Sure, they sometimes have politically based incentives. And then if you go deep, I'm sure you have corrupt individuals trying to move chess pieces. But on the aggregate, I don't think people are corrupt. I think they're easily influenced. They're corruptible. And once you're rich, it's easy to just follow the same path that got you there. You're like, I wouldn't be the Fed I wouldn't be the head of the Fed if I didn't know what I was talking about. You're exactly the head of the Fed, Jerome, because you don't know what you're talking about. Janet Yellen was the only one that's ever been any other than Alan Greenspan that's been anything close to honest, and that's only accidentally because she's mostly disingenuous. Bernanke is an effing liar every chance he gets. And then this piece of garbage splits a Nobel Prize in economics. Get the F out of here. That's corrupt. And that shows you, if a guy like that who is educated to a point and can be so wrong and so stupid, subprime is contained. That was a week before everything melted. Subprime is contained. You just destroyed the world, you douchebag. You get a Nobel Prize for it? Why? Oh, because of some things he wrote after the fact. Looking back. Oh, looking back. When I lied to the world and then destroyed the world financially, my musings as I look back on those moments earned me a Nobel Prize. These man, because it's everybody. It's like the Emmys. It's a room of 400 people voting on each other. You guys know that's how it works, right? Emmys are voted on by people with Emmys. My buddy has like 7 Emmys. He votes on his other buddies. They vote for him. They win another Emmy every year. Once you're in, you're in. That's another racket. Old Hollywood. All right. Work, pay your bills, save as much as possible. DCA your savings and good assets. Wait, study assets. Work more. Maybe become rich. Yes. And you're in the best place to maybe become rich. The digital asset space, because there's where the digital asset and AI together, that's where the multiples are. Sherry, founding member, what up? Oh, Nancy Pelosi, she is absolutely corrupt. She and her husband, what a dumpster fire, Jesus. Whew. Yeah, she's awful. She's awful. There are bad people in Congress. But guess what? We put them there. Either because we're lazy, inept, or did not participate. It's on us. That's on us. If we elect idiots, it's on us. All right. A gaggle. Yes, it's a gaggle. It's definitely a gaggle. All right. You think one more BTC correction? Well, Joseph, I think many more tiny corrections and also spikes up. I don't think it really works that way. I don't think there's a one more. I will say that the guys over at Pantera, I think it's Dan Moorhead over at Pantera Capital, wrote a paper. Well, kind of their thesis is that we entered a bull phase, bull market, whatever you want to call it. I still don't think you have those yet. But they theorized that it was the end of, I think, November 21st, November 19th, somewhere around there. You could probably look it up. It was an article that I perused a few weeks ago. They said that they thought we left the bear phase, entered a bull phase late November 2022. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I mean, AI has been pretty awesome, but outside of AI, are you seeing the market just skyrocket back up? Does this feel like a bull market to you? Doesn't feel like a bull market to me. Feels like we're still in the very investable doldrums. When you got, Cardano still down 70%, Algorand down 85%, or 80%, on their highs. And remember, this is the 2021 dummy highs, but with a bunch of punting idiots pushing their rent checks into the market. Terrible behavior. Dumbest of the dumb. Low IQ market. And they all went back to work. Some of them don't have work to go back to. So there's going to be little corrections and spikes along the way. I typically think that the spring is a more jubilant, jovial, positive time for a lot of people. And so I do feel like that we have good springs. I imagine March will be pretty great. April, perhaps we might get a lull. These are kind of seasonal, around tax time, there's less investment. But you know what? The crypto investor, the AI investor, the innovative kind of thinker, I hope they're not so bad about filing taxes that is actually determinate. But typically April's a little quiet. People are just kind of figuring out where they are. I always do my taxes way early. I do my taxes in March. And then I don't have to stress about it in April when everybody else is panicking. And I live a very basic ass simple life. And I don't sell crypto. So there you go. So my work is easy. All right. Yes, I mean, I try. Suka. I don't know what Suka is. I know what Suka is in Russian, but not TSU. That's different. Let's see. Oh, real quick. I got an Ajax before the airdrops. I did register for the first. I did for the second, third, fourth. It says I have 3 out of 4. You could check your wallet and see if you got them. I don't know. I mean, if you registered for each and every one, and then you went and claimed them, then you got them. Now, if you moved your tokens around, you might have lost the 4th one. That was the whole thing. Let's see. I did for the second, third, and 4th. Oh. I did register for the first, but if you didn't register for the first one, you didn't get the 4th one. You had to be involved in 1, 2, and 3 to get number 4. They want you to keep those tokens and don't move them around. Okay, yeah, so there you go. All right. Okay, so let's, what's up, Jim? All right, let's call it a day. We will have a show tomorrow. It will be, unfortunately, for digital heavy, or fortunately, it will be digital heavyweights only, so it will be a private YouTube stream. It will not be publicized. I know it's President's Day. That's a holiday. Get off the gas. But yeah, we will have a show tomorrow. It will be at the same time as it always is for digital heavyweights. I'll put the link in the Discord. Cool. So yeah, but we will have a show. It just will not be through. It'll be, you will have to click a YouTube link. Okay, but it'll be a private show. So if the channel, you won't see a show tomorrow if you're not a digital heavyweight, because it'll be, you get it. That's what private means. All right, stay in school. Don't do drugs. Ooh, that's the word of the day. Keep on dollar cost averaging. It will be 11 a.m. Eastern. It will be 8 a.m. Pacifico. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor, insolvent, drunk, strung out on meth grandmother, who's not Brandon, who's not Nancy Pelosi, who's not Eric, who's not E-Meg, nor Elizabeth, nor Ryan, wouldn't do. Oh, we got to include Garrett and Garrett. And on that note, I bid you adieu. I bid you a pew pew. Pew pew.